Welcome back to the Brew Crew Podcast, everyone. This is episode 154 of the Brew Crew Podcast.
Do you know the significance of 154?
I want to say that it is halfway between the year. No.
You're actually, oddly enough, really close. It's Brian Urlacher's number plus how many follicles of hair he has on his head right now.
Only 100?
I'm just guessing.
That's a lot. How many follicles does a human head have? Do you know? There's probably an average answer.
Unknowable.
It is unknowable.
It's like that one commercial. It's like if you could type out all 800 characters or whatever in 30 seconds.
The Bud Light one.
Yeah, which people still argued with me to this day. It's doable.
No way. No way.
I didn't think
30
so.
seconds? I mean, we're talking people... Yeah, so is carry 800 characters? So we're only talking, 108 character words?
Yeah, but I have no clue. I'm willing to bet hair follicles in the average head, because we'll have a record, obviously.
Yeah, let's talk about the follicles, not the words.
Be in the video. I will go 15,000.
That's a good guess.
Average adult.
Average non-balding adult.
Yep.
15,000.
15,000.
I think that's a good guess. I'll guess, 10,000. I think less, but not by much.
We'll look it up.
It's an unknowable fact.
It's unknowable.
Like it's one of the great mysteries, like the pyramids and whatever the other mysteries are. Petra.
Yeah.
What are the other ones? I don't remember. China.
I'm thinking of, like, when you said, like, Petra, and I was thinking of the intro to An Idiot Abroad.
I have not seen that.
Oh my, okay.
We
suggest so many TV shows to each other. It's the two British guys.
Mm-hmm.
The one guy did The Office, British Office, and then Steve Merchant. Steve Merchant's like 7 foot. He almost has Marfan syndrome. You know what Marfan's is? When you're really tall and really thin.
Tall and thin. Oh, is he that guy with the glasses?
Yep.
Yeah.
So Steve Merchant,
him and
his other
Ricky Gervais.
Yeah, Richie. Okay. So
Richie, whatever.
Ricky Gervais. And that's what I would have sounded like on Friday. More on that later.
For sure.
It's their idiot friend who's just so close-minded, and they send him to like all these wonderful places.
Okay.
Like Petra or whatever.
Oh, Petra's wonderful. I've been there.
But they make him go like the absolute shittiest way, and they set him up with like, and he is such a closeted shut-in.
Oh, okay.
Like brings his own crisps, because like the food that they always feed him is like cow nut intestine.
Yeah.
Stacy and I will throw it on TV. Just
one of the few shows
I laugh uncontrollable.
This is a show.
Yep.
Right.
2.5 seasons. Obviously, it's something I have, so I'd be able to impart.
Yeah, I'm
on a digital device for you.
I wonder if it's on any streaming services
like,
now.
Unknowable.
That's the 10th wonder of the world we've just discovered.
But An Idiot Abroad is one of the funniest.
Speaking of the types of food, if you do venture to Petra, and I'm not sure if it's changed, but I doubt it has.
Yeah.
I think there is a restaurant. You walk way in there. It's a full day to go to Petra. Don't think like, I'll go check out Petra, then I'll go to like Aqaba and swim or something.
So you're like saying going through the canyon is a full day walk?
The canyon's just the beginning. That's actually more of like, I think it's probably the 20% mark. And then you go through the canyon like in Indiana Jones, and you come upon the nice building carved out of stone. And there's still an entire world of Petra, and we're talking a major city.
Really?
Yeah, it was a lot. There's a lot. There's a whole stadium. There's many more buildings. None as nice looking as that one in Indiana Jones, but many more, very nicely carved out. But it somewhere deep in Petra, there's a restaurant. So the point I was getting to is, well, I don't believe they served any sort of intestines or testicles or anything like that. Everything does come with a side of flies. So be prepared to eat fly-ridden foods when you go there, or bring your own food, like Ricky Gervais.
It's on the human body. Okay, so 5 million on the entire body, but
5 million?
Yeah.
Ooh, goodness.
But that's your entire body.
That's the whole body. So it's got to be more than 10,000, 15,000. on the head, because the head's probably got the ounce.
Okay, it says we are way under. It says 100,000, but that says the human head. I didn't do the scalp. So let's just say we're off by a factor of at least 4.
At least 4. So let's do this. Who's the hairiest person you know? It's okay if it's me. But I don't think it is. If you don't want to say it, you don't have to say it. We talk about hairiest.
God, I feel like
who do you think has the most hair follicles? Maybe no, or
like the missing link, like Cro-Magnon.
Who's our closest tie?
Oh, Prince Albert or Lord Tensai.
Yeah, he had a lot, or George Steele.
Yeah, George the Animal Steele would be another one.
A lot. He was the animal. I think that's probably the two. And Hollywood, they shave everything, so we wouldn't know. But that was a fun game. If you know someone who's probably connected to the missing link, comment below.
Sure,
down in the comments. This will, I have to point like way down here. That's where the comments are, right?
Just there. so many of them. So kickoff news. We're the last day of August, so it goes without saying that we are entering our 4th year of doing this.
We are entering our 4th year.
It
goes without saying.
Our first one started the first week of August 2018, so that's why we say we're entering the 4th year. Mm-hmm. 18, 19, 20, 21.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we are in progress. 4th year in progress. 4th complete year in progress.
So that we're gonna have a celebration today. We're gonna be doing a blind taste test. Those always go off, and we're gonna be doing light IPA. So we'll get to that in segment 2. But we have to catch you up on all the doings of the last week. Yeah. And the biggest one, we did it. We finally cashed in.
We cashed in.
Chuglo Stev's Barrel House gift card.
Fantastic.
Amazing to get out and do a little bit of day drinking, to get down there and talk to Scott and Sarah down at Barrel House.
Yeah, wonderful.
And have them be prepared to offer just recommendations just on, I like this. And they're like, boom, we've got this.
Yep.
It's a very unique place. It was JT's first time going there.
First time. I had no idea what to expect. Totally got something different than what I did expect.
Yeah. So the interesting thing is they have 20 taps, which is, not remarkable by any means. Their tap selection is remarkable, but anything that you see in the store, and it's all floor to ceiling cans and bottles, they can chill it in a hyper chiller for you for 5 minutes, and you can have it just right there.
Absolutely genius.
Just
love it.
Fantastic, because the diversity in drink that they have there, because everything can be drank on premises, or you can take it with you, is amazing, because you're not having to cool these kegs at all times. You can just put it through a hyper chiller.
Gosh, that was awesome. I had no idea. That was the thing is, typically Matt is articulate, and I wouldn't say that he is long-winded, because what he says is not redundant, or it matters, but he's verbose.
Yeah.
So when I walk, not long-winded implies that what you're saying isn't useful. When I walk in somewhere and Matt's there, I feel like he'll give me the down low. He'll tell me like, hey, here's what's going on, here's how this place works. He didn't give me any of that First, I was like, okay.
I buried the lead.
There's beer all along the walls, and I had no idea that was even going to be the case. But I was like, okay, they have taps, so let's drink some taps. So I'm thinking of taps, and I see Matt's got cans.
Yep.
He's drinking a can. I believe you were drinking a can when I walked in.
Yep.
And I was like, so in my head, I'm like, oh, he's drinking warm beer. Or he brought that. That would be weird. Maybe it's a BYOB thing.
Like Texas.
So then he's like, all right, pick out the next beer. So I picked out a beer on tap. Little did I know, he meant pick out a beer, any of the beers.
Any of the beers.
And I was like, I didn't know you could do that. And then he picked out a beer, and they chilled it for us immediately, and I was just like blown away. Mm-hmm. So awesome. Lots of good beer. They know what they're doing.
And they're so approachable, and they do a good job, and the staff down there do such a good job of explaining things, so even small-minded individuals such as ourselves can pick up on everything. So then we used Chuglo Stev's gift card, and we split it, halvesies,
right down the middle,
and bought a bunch of stuff to go. Mm-hmm. One of which we're going to be having as our second beer today after the blind taste test. So I won't bury the lead on that. But so after that, then 2 for Tuesday, even though it was a Friday.
It was a Friday.
I was like, JT, we need to go get some food.
We did.
So then we went to Oregon Express.
Right.
Amazing bar.
Terrible parking, amazing bar.
I love sitting up on the deck, and the deck. Good thing was it's like 95 degrees that day.
So hot.
With no clouds. So I was like, this is it, because I came looking fresh and fly from work.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, I don't wear this to work. So I ran to Goodwill and bought shorts.
He wears that to work.
And so then JT met me outside the bar. We walked in, linked arms, and then we went and sat up on the balcony for about 5 minutes before we melted.
We were up there for a while. Let me illustrate how hot it was. I wiped my forehead with a napkin. Half the napkin stayed on my forehead. And as a good bro, he told me.
Yeah, did you?
Didn't just let it sit. I couldn't feel. It was so hot. I couldn't feel that there was extra napkin weight on my head.
Yeah, and I was bandana-less.
Yeah, bandana-less.
That's tough. That's
Matt bandana-less. That's your
Matt
pseudonym.
bandana-less.
I like that.
That's a tough row to hoe for me.
It's like Matt. It's like the guy from Parks and Rec, Brandanowitz, in the first season. He went away. He was kind of a terrible.
Was that the old city manager that was only there for the one season?
Yeah, he was a bad character.
Who was awkward.
He was. I think he was supposed to be like the Jim, but like a cynical one.
Oh.
And it didn't work. Like, get rid of him. More Andy Dwyer, please.
I'm like halfway through the first season as of a couple months ago, because I've never seen that show pillar to post. I've seen highlights and episodes, so I'm aware of the characters that lasted more than one season.
It's a fine wine of a show. It does get better with age, not in years, but in seasons. I feel like they hit their stride around season 2, season 3.
Gotcha. Okay.
So the first season probably could turn people off. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Give it a chance.
It was our go to bed show after we finished The Office.
Yeah.
So it's a tough follow up, even though they're both Mike Schur, giant vehicle. Greg Daniels and stuff too. But so yeah, those were the big doings. Yeah, Barrel.
That was awesome.
Barrel House is fantastic.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. Shout out. Outshout to them.
Yeah, outshout
to Barrel House.
They'll get
outshout
tagged.
to Stev.
Outshout to Stev.
Wonderful guy. Great business partner.
Yeah.
We have several business ventures.
I feel like in this situation, we're Robin Hood,
mm-hmm.
and he's like Little John, and he's giving us bags of money.
Yeah, he's Little John.
It's like, let me bestow the shit upon you. And
they should remake that movie with Little John.
Yeah, make Little John.
He should have a chalice and a grill.
Yeah.
And just shout constantly.
Just why am I being, like no voice.
But like in his normal rap voice. That'd be great.
Oh, Lil Jon.
Lil Jon.
Oh,
Lil
I thought
Jon.
you meant like
L-I-L. Not. Is there another Little John that I'm?
No, like from Robin Hood, Lil Jon.
Yeah, no, they should redo the movie with a normal Robin Hood.
Yeah. And
then Lil Jon.
Yeah. It was funny. I like that vehicle a lot better now. So this last weekend I was an empty nester because my wife took the kids back to Wisconsin, and so it was awesome. So Friday I was in bed by 8:00 after the events of Friday. Oh yeah, it was.
I came home and napped. I forget to mention all of it. I was like, hey Katie, I'm going out to lunch with Matt. 6:30. I came home and she's like, where were you? It was horrible, and
I called Stacy on the way home.
And so I took a nap on the couch, and then I woke up from my nap and realized I had drank too much and needed to continue sleeping. Otherwise, it was going to be hangover city for me. And I went straight to bed. I pretty much slept from 6:30 to 8:00 the next day.
So for me, I got up at 5:10, which I don't sleep in anyways. That's a pretty common known fact for the Juggalos because I get up so early. But I wanted to sleep longer. It's my clock because we lost power the night before, and I have batteries in my clock. So it doesn't keep the clock on, it just keeps the clock memory so when the clock comes back on. Well, something screwed up or whatever in the $9 alarm clock, and it was 52 minutes fast or 52 minutes slow. So anyways, it said 6:10 on the alarm clock, but when I actually got up, it was 5:10. So I was like, but fresh as a daisy, I got so much done before 9:00 on Saturday. Like all of my chores.
Oh, you had told me about that problem on Friday, so you still hadn't changed the clock.
When I went upstairs, I put in a loan watched about 30 minutes of Unloan, and then fell asleep.
Yeah.
And I looked at my clock and I was like, oh, that's fine. Like my mind wasn't on the clock. I'm gonna pour some beer though, and we're gonna do a blind taste test. So I've got 6 cups here, and we're gonna introduce the beers. So we're gonna do Sweetwater Highlight, and we're gonna go into this. I'm just showing you the cans, getting them out of the cooler. Bell's Lighthearted, or Bell's. What do you call Bell's
Half-Hearted?
Bell's Half-Hearted. I think it's a better name.
What's a way better name?
And then Madtree, Ramble On. So we're going to go into this, but I'm going to pour it from the other room.
He's going to pour it. He's going to do it in a random style.
Random style.
And then we're going to divvy them up. Here's the thing. We have been talking about these low-cal IPAs for a while. We shared our favorites. I slowly converted over to the half-hearted, lighthearted crowd. I do think it's better. The Slightly Mighty, which I was supposed to bring.
I wasn't going to throw shade.
No. I'm going to throw my own shade. I was supposed to bring it. Had a lot of ruffling today. I totally forgot. So we talk about these light IPAs, and they are supposed to act as your light beer. They're mostly 100 calories, some less, some more. And they're supposed to be full-bodied. You know, all the promises of the light beer crowd. And we've had a bunch. And originally, I think this idea was born out of, I liked Slightly Mighty, Matt liked Lighthearted, and there was like, okay, well, which one's better? But I no longer think Slightly Mighty is better. I actually think the Bell's version is better. So, but this is still good because all these new ones are coming out. I think people are realizing, hey, there's a need, there's a hole for light IPAs, especially with all the seltzers that are coming out. Goodness gracious, we need 100-calorie IPA now because IPAs are like 300 calories.
So the glasses are mixed up.
Mm-hmm. Glasses are mixed up.
So now I'm stepping away.
Now, I have no idea what's
and they're
going
in two discernible lines.
This is a double blind taste test.
So now
Pepsi versus Coke.
The only issue that we're going to have is we're not going to drink them in the same order. But I'm fine with that. I think JT, I think we're fine with that. Because we'll use our skills of alliteration now.
So we're going to guess what they are, or we're going to rank them?
Both.
All right.
Oh no. We're gonna rank them.
Rank them?
So the one I will
then
say
there's a
has a
winner.
very we talked about this last week, has a very discernible taste.
Oh, yeah.
The one's going to be a home run. So like way back like episode 5 or whatever when we did this like 3 years ago, I was the only one that did the light beer challenge. I was the only one that did Bud, Coors, and Miller Lite. And then Cobra and JT. So those are the cans. And I'm going to go into a little bit. JT hit it. So Lighthearted, which is from Bell's, is 3.7% alcohol. So it's even lighter than like your Miller Lite, your Coors Light. And that has the most calories at 110. So that's a better sustained beer than Miller Lite. You increase your calorie a little bit, but hopefully you increase your profile. Ramble On, which is Madtree. So Madtree is out of Cincinnati. That's 4%. That comes in at 106 calories.
Too much.
And then Sweetwater's Highlight, which is kind of cool because the neon green can, kind of like a highlighter. That comes in at 4% and 100 calories. So they all have that parity. But so anyways, we're gonna go through, and again they're discerned on the bottom, so we'll be able to. I can give you a sheet of paper, so if you want to.
I can tip off the camera. Ooh.
I know for sure I'll be able to get to one.
These are full bodied.
The other,
well, at least the one I had was.
So like Cobra said, I always want, when I fell on the Lighthearted kick, and Lighthearted out of the 4 of these is the most, or the 3 of these is the most expensive.
Is it?
Yeah, you pay about $20 a 12 pack for that. Where, that's
This one's trash. Basically, I feel like when my first job was McDonald's, I don't know if I ever said that on the podcast. Probably like 40 times I did.
Yeah.
When you change the garbage there, when you're a low-level employee, you change the garbage. There's like everyone throws their drinks away because they're fucking assholes. and there's like a bunch of liquid on the bottom, mixes together with all like ketchup and like burger juice and shit.
It makes plasma.
And it smells like fucking awful. It's the worst smell.
Yeah.
Like there's like as people, as humans, we joke about bad smells being unbearable, but most of them like they're bearable by the like just being like overcoming an obstacle. You can bear a smell. This was almost just at the precipice of unbearable. Like it was so bad that like it would give you a headache. You would have I hate the smell of McDonald's trash mixed together. But one of these is that.
Your acidity
compared to the other things.
Definable smells.
It's just so bad, but I'm gonna drink it.
Is fantastic. Like
Nice.
whether it be like a chemical household cleaner that hasn't been made in 25 years.
Yeah.
Or the special concoction that a specific fast food restaurant, and because of personal experiences, but we are just the amalgamation of our personal experiences.
Smell can take you places. It can put you mentally in a place. I don't know if everyone
You
experiences
definitely
that.
have smell memories. I'm for sure on the one. I would bet a year's worth of JT's salary on it.
Would you?
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of money. I mean, we're talking tens of dollars.
Tens of dollars. Yeah, it's for sure that. Because we've talked about it. Again, I'm being elusive because I don't want to tip them off. I want to win. But it's interesting now that you've laid some cards on the table. You're a lighthearted guy, or half-hearted.
Well,
So that wouldn't be your trash beer. So I'm hypothesizing that your trash beer,
Wouldn't it be amazing if it was?
if lighthearted was your
Like if I was like, whoa, this is not what I remember. And it sucks.
Yeah, the other two for sure. So I can go first.
I'm not done yet.
Unless you I mean that's fine. That's fine. I mean we're
I'm
still
gonna
here.
rank them. I'm gonna rank them. Oh man, that one beer just totally wrecked me.
Maybe we should have done this week's beer. I was like, oh, we'll do this first and then we'll get to that. Maybe we should have did it the other way. I apologize on this structure.
Now I don't know.
Eventually, give me another 150 episodes, JT. I'll have this down.
Okay, I think I got it.
All right, so you don't have a paper. So if you want to go first, just how we should do this. Give your thoughts and opinions.
I have two different opinions.
Do your glass art segment.
Yeah, okay, this is the Can of Runner segment brought to you by, we'll go Steph because he gave us that big ass gift card. Red Solo Cup. Is it, I don't want to look on the bottom. Is it a Solo Cup? I don't know, is it generic?
It might be. No, it's probably Solo. Drink to the bottom.
Alright.
Find out the...
Man, that first one just totally fucks my tongue up. Like, I feel like it's ruined the taste of all the beer, but as far as full-bodiedness, tasting like an IPA, being an IPA, like not a double, not a West Coast, not a New England, a regular standard IPA, this cup here wins. Hands down. The smoothest, lightest beer is this one.
So is
but
that
still less
miscongeniality?
Desirable, in my opinion.
Miscongeniality, okay.
It is. This is what I would expect a light IPA to taste like. It's an IPA, watered down. So good, but watery.
Right.
Less hoppy, and it's not. It's like it tastes like it has less calories, whereas this one doesn't. This one was god awful.
Interesting. Okay, so you have the runaway winner.
So I'm going to say that this is the winner because I don't want a light IPA.
Kinslager IPA.
Light IPA. Yeah.
Okay, so you've ranked them. Okay. Now guess which they are. And you're familiar. You've had for sure two of them. I don't know if you've had the highlight before. I don't know what your warm up was. I've gifted you two of them, and I know you've said that you've had the highlight.
I need to.
That's why.
Decide between the top. This top one here is. Gosh, I don't know. I'm gonna say.
You hope it's one because.
I'm gonna say that one is lighthearted, and I feel like I'm gonna be wrong, like I was on the Miller Lite episode.
No one remembers that.
Then this has to be the Madtree.
Oh wow!
Right? Didn't I have that one? I don't remember. I thought I had the Sweetwater highlight, and not the Madtree. See, now I'm all fucked up.
Oh.
I'm going to say that the middle one's Sweetwater. Okay. And the bottom one's the Madtree.
So, grand prize game, lighthearted. Highlight. Madtree. Okay.
Where are you at? Are we going to reveal?
No, that's fine. I can. So. Yeah, buddy.
What is that?
That's RO.
RO?
Rumble On. That's the Madtree.
Madtree.
I
thought
that's my tip can.
I thought it had
Rumble On makes a superior
lighthearted. Oh, okay. So maybe I haven't had that one then. Because I could have sworn that it was the Sweetwater that I hated, and we talked about it. See, that's the problem.
I'm glad that we're on the same page when it comes to the
highlight is the worst one.
The highlight. Okay, so your favorite going in.
My favorite going in was number 2, lighthearted.
So which you didn't speak poorly of. It's just Rumble On is a superior light IPA.
This one is
there
superior.
is a sweetness,
and
that's why I
was going to talk shit. I'm so glad I did.
That's why I didn't want to tip my hand. Going into this, it's got such a discernible taste. Like if you come in, like the other ones, they're a one-note IPA. That Cobra, as far as I'm concerned, has coined that phrase. There's not a complexity to it. It's not an amalgamation of a bunch of hops. But Rumble On has like a citrus sweetness to it that like I said, I will bet JT's paycheck that I know which one it is.
It has a dankness.
It's like a crispness, a sweetness, or whatever. It's my jam. I hope that they make it more and more. But now that I've been on this kick, and why I've wanted to do this for like a month, is I wanted to have someone whose beer opinion I respect do a blind taste test with me, and it's material for the podcast.
It's shocking how watered down the lighthearted tastes now compared to the other one.
All right. So this is tough to me. So my Rumble On, I did it the same way I've got them written on my paper. Mm-hmm. So, or is it, sorry, Ramble On.
I like Rumble On.
Not Rumble On. Oh, it's a good name. Probably Rumble On.
Rumble On.
Okay. So it's got such a discernible sweetness, dankness to it, whatever. It's far and away way different. That's RO for sure. Yeah. It's a home run of it for me.
It's an IPA.
In the 3 that I have in my fridge, and I have cases of them. I didn't buy them as 3-packs, 6-packs, or whatever. I have cases of them. The Rumble On is fantastic. It's far and away the best light IPA I've had. And
so we've agreed on at least the best one.
Oh yeah, yeah. So now going back and forth between these two, this for sure is my number 2. And then this is my number 3. My number 2 is lighthearted.
Yep.
Nice.
Nailed it.
Victory.
Nailed it.
What was the third taste test or the other blind one? The Mexican beers?
We did Mexican beers.
I don't think I got one right. I just think that Modelo tastes like marijuana smells. And this for highlight, HL. But it's not I'm gonna say Rumble On. It's not Ramble On. Fantastic.
That's lighthearted.
That's lighthearted?
Yeah. This is HL.
HL. Oh, then I didn't win. I had them screwed up.
So we both got one wrong.
That's what they are now. So we both got one wrong, but we both got...
I think I got 2 wrong, actually.
Oh, you just...
So you win. But
we'll have to
we'll rework the scores. We'll watch the replays. So
right.
We'll call New York.
We both agree on which one's best.
Yes, that's the one.
That's the key. And it's not.
It's the RO.
Your consolation prize will be a can of it for the road.
Ooh, that's a good prize. I thought you were going to give me one of those shitty ones.
No, because they're not bad. It's just when you can. It's like with anything when you compare it side by side. And another year we'll do light stouts when that becomes a thing.
Yeah, light stouts. They should call it highlighter.
Highlighter.
Because it does taste like the inside of a marker. But you liked it second. That was your second best.
Yeah.
I thought it did not taste
There was a discernible one of one though,
yes,
and then the other
there
two.
was a discernible one of one. The best card to pull.
It'd be like this. I'm not gonna drain pour any of them.
So here's your winner, and then here's your
losers. And we both agree on the winner.
Boom! Look at that. That's the trophy case. That's the
is.
Olympics right there. Should we sing the Madtree national anthem?
No, we're Madtree is like the Association of Russian Athletes.
The Russian Federation of Athletes or whatever. Yeah.
They don't get
an anthem. What did they play when they won something?
Nothing.
They just stood in silence?
Dead silence.
That was it. We did it. The Madtree national anthem.
Madtree national anthem. So
that was awesome. I miss
what I take from that is we agree, and we look for different things. We agree on the same.
We agree that when promised a light IPA,
yep,
Madtree delivered best.
Another one we could do it, and we brought this up if you remember at Barrel House where we were talking New England versus West Coast.
Yeah, that'd be fun to do.
Because that one you can see with it like visually, but there's enough parity, so like we could each submit 2. This is how I'm suggesting it, and then for material.
One of each or 2 of each?
2 of each.
Ooh, I like that. Let's do that.
Like because you're a New England guy, right?
Yeah.
And I'm a
as far as I know.
I'm a Whippa guy.
But I'm willing to have
my mind
change.
Either way.
Because
I've had this discussion a lot of times over the weekend, like where I go to notable IPA drink or people whose IPA opinion I respect.
And I'm one of them?
Oh yeah, for sure. 100%.
That's great.
We've had 400 beers together.
We've had many beers together. That's
unknowable.
The fact. We know everything about how we'll grade our beers.
Yep.
I wish I would have reflected on this 4 episodes ago. 150 would have been a good reflection episode. Maybe we should set that up for like 160 or something. Mm-hmm. But we started this podcast because of pretentiousness in the beer community. But I honestly think we're keeping it going because there's too much beer. Okay. I like New England's. I think New England's are personally a superior IPA to the other regional IPAs, but I'm actually tired of seeing so fucking many of them. I think that there should be like a board, an executive board of beer lawmen, and they say everyone can make a New England IPA, everyone can make a West Coast IPA, but after X months, we will decide, well, maybe not them, because who knows how their fucking palates are, but the Brew Crew Podcast will decide whether or not you can continue.
This sounds pretentious.
That's true.
We started this tonight, but let's do this.
Out of pretentiousness. No, it's the fact that I go to Arrow. I haven't gone to Arrow in a long time, though, actually. Started going to Halls.
That was a whiplash story. I go to Arrow. I haven't been to Arrow in a long time.
But the image in my head of all the fucking New England IPAs is from Arrow. That's the picture in my head. Because when I go to Halls, it's just a jumble fuck of beer all over the place, on the floor and in the ceiling and all over the place. That I don't have like a constant image of that place. Whereas Arrow is like solidly organized, and it's always I could picture, because some of that beer is collecting dust. There's too many New Englands. There's too many West Coasts. There's too many everything. At some point, we gotta just say that it's too much. We're gluttons for types.
You know what I jonesed for this this weekend after the, and both Saturday and both Sunday, and I almost drank my fridge out of them with smoothie sours. God, I killed.
You know what? I'm back on the train. I agreed that sours had been overdone for like a short period, and then all of a sudden I was like, you know what? I love these things.
That's all I was drinking. That's all I was craving. Like, I have an amazing assortment of IPAs right now, and Chugalo Mike is going to love this because he's still burnt out on sours.
He's still burned. That's where the conversation came up.
Yeah.
Chugalo Mike. He's burned out. But you know what? You have a good one. You have one that's done well.
Yeah.
And balances the flavors correctly, and it'll change everything. Where did I have that?
But the smoothie sours, they add that.
You know who has a good sour right now?
Who?
Crooked Handle. They have a blood orange sour that is phenomenal.
Yeah, blood orange is of enough departure for me from orange.
And it's not vanilla. It's not a creamsicle, which I'm always high on. I love creamsicles.
Yeah. But
this is a regular blood orange. I have to send a plug out. My wife and I, We went out with occasional Chuggalo, Luke. I don't know. You know Luke. I believe you know Luke. Great guy. Probably one of the kindest souls. It's a compliment to him that I know.
He's only going upwards. Occasional Chuggalo.
Occasional
great
Chuggalo,
guy, kindest soul. So everything.
He does have a kind soul. I can't think of another way to describe his kindness other than that, like it's built into his soul. Yeah. He's a kind person. We went out to lunch, Katie and I and Luke, and we went to Crooked Handle to try their wings. Which second time around, even better than the first time.
Yeah.
Around. Just great wings. If you're in Dayton, that's the place to go. And I'm not saying that they're known for their food. That blood orange sour just dominates their beer selection. If you're on the front side of the menu and you're like, oh, I'll take the Scotch Ale, which is great. We've had it on the podcast. Get it, but then get the blood orange sour. Fantastic beer. Fantastic sour. Balanced perfectly.
It was October last year when we went. We should go again.
We should go again?
I know I say that. I'm the stickler on, I try to shoehorn this stuff in my life.
We need to get to DBC because now I've been there an additional time and I actually had them. Did I tell you on the podcast? Yeah. That was the reason why they pulled their one of their signature beers out. One of their signature beers, what is it called? It's I forget, but it's a lager.
It's not Oregon Alley.
Oregon Alley. Yeah. So Oregon Alley, I tasted it and I was like, "Whoa, this beer is fucked up. Something's wrong with this." And I went up to the bartender and I was like, "This beer is shit." And he's like, "Oh, people were drinking it all day." And he tasted it and he was like, "Whoa, this beer sucks." And he took the keg completely off. No one had mentioned it. Like, you're just ordering beer that sucks and you're not saying anything about it.
People like skunky beer.
Especially when it's like their signature beer.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right.
Oh man, I'm gonna break my nail.
So this is all right.
Here,
you can flex it a little bit. I was gonna introduce it.
All right, yeah, you got it. I got it.
This is Modist Inda Couch. But this is the Dippa because they make a trippa and they make a single, but this is the double Inda Couch or Modist. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, this tab is really far down.
Modist Mouse.
Yep.
Remember that?
Oh yeah.
They're still around.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Burkowski?
They were
Mr. Buckowitz? Burkowski.
Brandanovitz?
No, Burkowski.
Who's that?
That was one of their hit songs, Mr. Burkowski.
No, Mr. Brightside.
No, that's
the Killers.
That's the Killers. Mr. Burkowski.
Mr. Burkowski is one of their hits?
Yep.
That was a hit. Modest Mouse. I liked Modest Mouse. I thought they were a good cross between like new punk and alternative. They were getting there. They were a good transition piece for kids who were like, I want to like rock bands, but I also kind of want to feel. I want to wear Birkenstocks.
No R. Mr. Bukowski.
Mr. Bukowski.
Yeah.
Bukowski is a poet. He is a poet. His name is Charles Bukowski. He's a poet. You should look it up. I think he's a poet.
Is he like a poet like the guy Fear and
Poet
Loathing?
laureate.
Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, like that.
I don't know.
The guy that lived life is.
I've erased Johnny Depp from my memory.
So, anyways,
just kidding. I'm on his side. I'm with him. You can't say that.
Yeah, Amber Heard is.
Can't say that.
She's litigious. She'll come after us.
I want the other
and steal all of our riches.
The common podcast listeners. I only know about Charles Bukowski because of the podcast Comedy Bang Bang.
Yeah.
Have you heard that one?
I've heard of it.
It's a great podcast. There's a character on there played by John Daly. Is it John Daly? No, it's Andy Daly.
Yeah.
Very funny man. And he plays Bill Cosby Bukowski.
Yeah.
And it's
Hunter
a
S.
very funny
Thompson.
character.
Is Charles Bukowski like Hunter S. Thompson?
Sure.
Just a lifestyle guy, just...
Charles Thompson?
That's what it sounds
like. I think he's like Maya Angelou. But not with the gender and racial whatever context.
All
he's,
right.
More just a generic poet.
We're gonna delete that from the podcast.
Not at all. Yeah, I am recognizing that Maya Angelou contributed to her gender and racial
Matt is
Background.
taking the shovel away
You
from
can't just not
JT.
say the word racial or gender.
I'm uncomfortable.
Oh, jeez. Here we go. Here we go.
Okay, so this is Modist Brewing Company. They're from Minneapolis, Minnesota. I have a lot of friends I drink. I will be in Minneapolis next week. We bought this at Barrel House. It was their number 2 IPA that they recommended. Sarah recommended.
What was the number one?
That was the Infinite Highway.
I did not have that.
I had it, so we couldn't do it on the podcast.
Yeah,
because
right. Exactly.
I have strong feelings about that beer. So this is in the double, because the Trippa this is double Inda Couch. It comes in a pint can. It's 8.5. And the website review for modistbrewing.com is brought to you by Evian Water Bra. So yeah, so for the that night that you want an extra little chug on the girls, extra cup, and then when you get home, you can hydrate when you go to bed and have that guy smashing.
Is this for her or for him? Who gets the drink?
Well, there's 2 of them.
Oh, there's 2.
Well, unless statistically speaking, was it like here's your girl fact. Like 90% of the women, their boobs are different cup sizes.
I've heard that. How many percent?
90%.
90%?
I think it's math.
But
I think it's math.
I have the tagline. That's why I asked.
Yeah.
The tagline's an extra cup size for her, an extra cup for him.
Yeah, I like it.
Get hydrated. Get wet.
This was a real product in the mid 2000s.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Water bra.
Evian water bra.
Shit.
Listen
that's
to
high-end shit right there.
They're our sponsor. We got the last.
Do they really put their water in like a soft plastic or rubber?
Yeah, like Playtex.
Because that
like the bottle inserts.
The flavor of the material gets into the water.
I wouldn't know.
You ever drink waterbed water? I do it all the time.
Ever burp a waterbed? The smells that come from burping.
I've never.
My parents.
I've never existed in the same sphere as a waterbed.
My parents had waterbeds.
Oh, I bet their backs are fucked. Is that why they stopped making them?
Well,
or is it because it was leaking?
No, my father passed away 11 years ago, so his back is probably fucked. And then my mom gave up the waterbed. I'd say 15, 20 years ago for sure. But I distinctly remember it. And I distinctly remember taking like a weight bar and you burp the waterbed every so often. And get the air bubbles out.
So you pull it so the air rises and then you open it or something?
Yep, you open the valve because it was on the top. And
it was on top.
The smell
How do you
that came.
sleep on that?
No, it's just the little valve where how you fill the bladder up. So then every couple of months you would just...
In my head, the top is the flat part.
Yeah, but it's down by your feet.
Oh, it's by your feet.
And then you go... And it's just
the only people who should sleep on waterbeds are former sailors trying to adjust to land.
Yeah. I've not...
That's my opinion.
The only time I've slept on the water is a cruise ship.
But if you need hydration, good source of water.
Yeah, you can practice for when the bra's off on the suckling. So anyways, then...
You can practice for a lot of things on a waterbed.
Let me get to the website review. Our Evian's not going to be getting their money. So
I like the sponsor, though. I want to keep talking about
the nice thing about their website is there's big pictures of everything. The bad thing is there is no information discernible about like the history. And I've been to Modist.
Mm-hmm. You've been there?
Yeah. The best thing, the absolute best thing. If you like a beer, you can click on a beer and it tells you the delivery date for all of the different liquor stores in
the United
States. Stacy, in Minnesota. So, outshout.
Was Halls on there?
No.
Get him on there.
Outshout. This came from Barrel House, not Halls.
Is Barrel House on there?
No. This was all Minnesota.
Who would you, if you could give one person the props to get on their website, would it be Barrel House or Halls?
Oh,
no
Halls.
pressure.
Halls
all the way.
Okay. Barrel House does so much. The first one, and I need to do my outshout for the podcast. The first one is probably my favorite liquor store in Minneapolis. Hopefully he gets to this point, and he's always a couple episodes behind. Chuggalo Aaron, South Lindale Liquors. That's the liquor store in Minneapolis that my buddy always tells me to go to. It's his home liquor store, and it was the
Chuggalo
first
Aaron.
one. Not Chuggalo Aaron from
I was gonna say, does Chuggalo Aaron listen?
Sorry,
I had so much to say.
Sorry, Chuggalo Hildy.
All right.
Chuggalo Hildy. And he listens. He's always a couple.
I appreciate it. I mean, I so appreciate it.
He's always a couple episodes behind.
We should get to know each other.
He lives and works in Minneapolis. He came down here for a course when I was deployed. So like he came here to visit.
What a bummer.
He went to. They had him stay in Springfield, and he goes, Matt, where's one place I should go? And I said at that point, I go to Pine Club. He went to Pine Club completely by himself.
The next time someone says, Matt, where should I go? Say, give him my address. Just pass it to him. You know, you can share addresses on your phone, right?
Yeah.
Whatever phone you have.
Yeah, I was in the desert, and we organized this class.
Go to my house, and I'll take him around.
So
any friend of Matt's,
he went to Pine Club all by himself.
Probably hates me.
All by himself, he went to Pine Club and had. He said, phenomenal.
It's great.
So you didn't disappoint. I go, if you're going to go to one place, because he a little bit about Chuggalo Hildy. He is of the opinion that Guy Fieri ruins because most of Guy Fieri's film crew is from Minneapolis.
Oh, okay.
So they blow up all of his and his wife's secret spots.
I've heard of this subculture.
Yeah.
Of Guy Fieri haters. They're different from Guy Fieri haters.
Yeah. No,
they're specific to too much attention being placed on
in the Minneapolis because he relies on because Guy Fieri is the only person in that entire show that's not from Minneapolis or St. Paul, you know, the Twin Cities. The best part is to counteract this because I love just chilling out, having a beer on Friday and just watching Triple D while I stuff my face with whatever food.
Some people hate Guy Fieri because they're insecure about themselves.
He's not.
But there's a whole culture, there's a whole group of people who hate him because he brings too much attention to good places.
Yep.
I get it.
And they're all home runs. And
oh gosh, yeah.
So one of my favorite activities with Chuggalo Hildy
all home runs.
Is he owns 4 Vespas, scooters, or whatever.
He owns 4 Vespas?
He owns 6, but I think it's 4. So anyways, like he lives like in a very up and come very nice place in Minneapolis. So we'll go hop on. It's like, hey, we're going to because it's already established.
It's already risen. Gentrified.
Yeah, excellent. Up top.
Geography for the win.
So we hop on, and he goes, "Hey, we're going here for the night." So we hop on because who doesn't love riding? Like my fascination with Bird or Lime scooters.
I have.
So these are Vespa, and he goes, "Yep, we'll just." I go, "I don't know." And he goes, "You know how to ride more." So he goes, "Here's the keys." Throws me to a random,
that's
and
amazing.
then we go. The best host, and I'm like, "Hey,
I can't believe it.
Do you want me to give you gas?" He goes, "You use like a pop can's worth of gas."
Yeah,
and he takes me to all these. He is fascinated too with everything from fantastic to dives. Like he met his.
I love dives. His dives are the best.
Yeah, his amazing wife, like in a complete dive, and they have a blessed lifestyle or whatever. So like last time I was up there for a week, we went and did trivia at a guy where the trivia caller was also the bartender, and he heckled us. Mm-hmm. Like I deserve a good heckling. Heckled the shit out of us because it was Minnesota trivia, and I know next to nothing. So I was like, I'm going to dominate this.
Minnesota.
Oh, it's local trivia. And I don't know.
Right, who's the number 1 producer of potassium in Minnesota?
Engelbert Nelson.
You're so close. It was Nelson Engelbert.
Yeah. God, I'm just
wrong family.
So far off.
Wrong hyphen.
I should have did.
No, that's amazing.
I should have did first name Fucker, last name Ima, and then you would have been like, no, you were so close. You were so close just to see that right.
I do say that when I think out loud.
But so, anyways, I'm gonna have to outshout. I'll see him next week.
I think that's a lovely story. I think Vespas are amazing. I wish I have ever
scooter, and it's the whole gimmick. Like you only have to get it light, or if it's over 40, or if it's over 49 cc.
Yeah.
So now they make them like 49 and 5/8 cc.
Yeah, I was gonna buy a 75 cc Vespa for deployment.
Yeah,
because we were allowed to bring vehicles. Most people research golf carts, then decide I'll just walk. I had researched scooters, Vespas. I almost bought one, but at the time I was an E5 and I had no money.
I've never had a bad time. I remember a 7th grade birthday party where a guy had a Honda Spree, and it was on the farm, and we would take it into the farm fields. He goes, "This thing will run forever." Just tore up, but like it doesn't have to be a 4-wheeler. You don't have to go fast, like ride motorcycle all the time. You don't have to go fast. It's just being mobile, and you're not worried about pedaling at the same time because, like, you know,
Here's the one thing about Matt. Okay, that this Chuggalo sounds amazing.
Chuggalo Hildy, yeah.
Chuggalo Hildy sounds amazing. Matt, if you get on a scooter, a Lime or a Bird, he will fucking burn rubber and leave you in the dust to navigate the Cincinnati traffic by yourself.
Yeah.
Drunk, by the way. Did I drink? No, I did not.
This is where
drive. So I did drink and scooter, but only a little bit, enough to where I lost Matt, and I had no fucking idea how to get to where he was going.
There's other people.
But he texted me.
There was other people in our group.
They got me there.
I have because of all the video games, because JT and I are both geographers.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Can't hide it.
So I'm much more of a human geographer. He's much more of the genius. I'm going to make millions of dollars doing geography.
Human geography, but I am going to make millions of dollars.
Yeah. So, but I'm like the trivia, like the capital of, you know.
Oh yeah, that was always
Uganda
in college. Was when you go home, your dad's going to ask you what's the capital of XYZ, whatever.
Yeah.
And you're going to say, I don't know, and he's going to laugh in your face. That actually happened to me, and I fucking hated it.
So here's my opposite. That's why he's going to make money and I'm not. So I got geography born back into the Eau Claire School District. Went to meetings and stuff like that. And
you went to meetings?
Yeah, school board meetings or whatever, because they dropped geography.
They dropped geography from high school? Yeah,
from high school. So then it became an elective because, again, so I went there. So showed up, and the teacher hands us a 11 by 17 sheet of paper with a world map on it. And she goes, if you can name 190 countries and 170 capitals, you test out of this. I go, game on. So I took that as a challenge, and I tested out of it, but still attended the class. I found so much enjoyment in it.
It's because geography is the greatest.
You can't. It's
you could study this podcast and write a research paper on how much you take into your personality from your geography.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's like it's unavoidable. Your geography defines you.
Yeah.
In many ways.
Yeah. And so there's a lot of value, and I agree. There's, it doesn't fall into STEM or whatever. In my
it does.
In your world,
all you have to do.
Your world.
I'm gonna give you the secret, guys. If you're taking geography as a bachelor's and you want to be on the STEM side, opt for the BS instead of the BA. It's 2 extra classes.
Yeah.
Stats and calculus, 1 or 2.
So I was a BA. It's kind of funny. I was a BA, and I took stats for college credit in high school.
You were 1 class shy of the BS.
I would have never got.
You would have got calculus. Is not that hard. It actually is fucking impossible. Calculus is the worst class I've ever.
I was advanced in math until I got to middle school, and I remember crying when I got to algebra 2. Because I was ahead of it, I was a year to 2 years ahead, doing all this advanced shit, and then I got there and I hit a brick wall, and I loved school. And I remember my mom came in for a parent teacher conference, and he goes, with Mr. Senhen.
Oh, Mr. Senhen.
He's no longer with us. I guarantee.
My physics teacher has passed. He was great.
In his 70s. Great old the high and tight. So anyways,
high and tight teacher.
Man, I'm way off.
We're a little off. We'll go a couple of topics back, but just to sum it up, I want to ride Vespas with your friend. That's it.
I gifted him a 120-minute.
Ooh, that's a big gift from Matt.
And
I'll tell you.
Oh yeah, and he realized, and I was like, we'll drink my 120-minute before we drink yours.
Whoa, you drank one with him?
Oh yeah. And
I was just gonna say.
I gifted him one.
I have to sidetrack again. There's 2 gifts that Matt gives. The gift of drinking with him, and the gift of a drink.
Yeah.
And a 120 minute is a big deal. I obviously depends on how long ago this 120 minute was produced.
Oh yeah, it was a couple-year old. It wasn't a fresh one.
So you got the gift of not only receiving your own, but also drinking one of his.
I get.
That's a big deal.
There's other people up there that I don't care for, but him I do.
Let's name them.
But the problem is, if those other people are around, it sullies my time. So I will just be like, peace out. So I've apologized to him before because he's been like, hey, let's hang out. But this other guy, we'll call him Carl, wants to hang out too.
We'll call him Carl.
And
we all know his name is Chuggalo.
So Carl, and I'm like, nope, I'm out. Have a great time. So anyways, on to the beer.
Congrats. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm almost done. I mean, if we don't review this soon, I'm gonna forget what it tastes like.
You're killing it then.
All right. This is the Counter Bummer segment brought to you by Chuggalo, Stev, and Matt because he bought it. But you can't sponsor the Counter Bummer segment.
No.
And I can't sponsor the website review, which is probably one of my favorite new segments. It's my new favorite segment.
It's the only new segment.
We have tons of new
segments. 40
We're
episodes.
introducing new segments all the time.
Yeah.
The can, so in Inda Couch.
Inda
Couch. Yeah, I was wondering whether that was an O or an A. It's based on its geometry. Inda Couch.
Anytime you're gonna try to bring math into the podcast, I'm just gonna make up shit.
I'm gonna
hair follicles.
I'm gonna say from my own experience that geometry is not math. I think it's its own thing. I know they put it in the math category, but like proving triangles is not math.
But I like knowing how tall towers are, and now I know how to do that because of geometry. As long as I know.
Because of geometry, because it's more of a. Honestly, geometry might be a trade.
Algebra 2.
We've been overselling geometry. It's a trade.
Algebra 2 should be eliminated from high school math, and you should teach people money math.
I saw some suggestion recently about
reasonable people.
Finance? No, I agree. Finance needs to be taught. But the suggestion that I saw was a class that was like totally mandatory, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was, but when you suggest that a class replace another class, here's my pro tip from JT. Always suggest cursive, because cursive is fucking ridiculous. No one needs it. You just need to sign your name. Let's take a 10-minute signature class and then move on. Because today's children will type everything.
Yeah, it was called handwriting for us.
And most of our signatures are digital anyway. By the time we all get common access cards, we won't need to sign shit. So Inda Couch, so the
sorry, my mind's blown, so I'm just gonna sit here.
I hope it is because my wife hates every time I talk about canceling cursive. I think it's the dumbest class. I think
does she listen anymore?
We're rarely.
Yeah.
She hears me enough that she's decided.
Same with my wife.
It's not worth it.
She gave up like episode 3.
Damn.
She's like, I hosted every week.
I think Gatorade probably gave up.
She listened longer.
I think that our wife should have. Yeah, the Sue's listened all the time.
They didn't even listen to their own episode, and it was after.
I don't think that. Yeah, I don't think
that episode. That was one of our best rated episodes too.
It's such a good episode because there's women in it, and
because Chuggalo Dave goes, I'd like to see them more often.
Yeah, me too. My wife leaves and I don't see her.
Great story.
Just kidding. Just kidding. That's
Rich.
I actually have to get up again and show you this. The letters are in couch font. I made that font type up, but it's in couch cushion font. Have you ever heard of that?
Yep.
So the couch is one of those floral type couches that you'd see in early 2000s, late 90s. What would you call it? I don't know if fancy is the right word, but a high-end living room.
Oh, like a sitting
The
room.
fabrics-
No one sits in.
No, the sitting room. The
Yeah,
sitting room.
it's a
That's
sitting
the
room.
one. That's the
Or
right
the
word.
front room.
The front room. Did I say front room?
No.
Because my wife has one of her negatives is that she has told me not to use front room anymore. What's wrong with her?
There's nothing wrong with that. It's
Front
not a
room.
master
It's the
bedroom or
front
anything.
room.
Yeah. It's the front
The
room.
front room.
Yeah.
It exists.
The formal
the front room is
the
a real
formal
place.
living room, the sitting room, or the front room.
The front room, or as we call it in Chicago, the front room.
Yeah, because you don't put that room that no one sat, like in our generation, the room that we were told to keep out of. So like the late 30s, you didn't sit in that room. It had white carpeting, everything was immaculate. No one ever fucking sat in there.
Yeah, no one sits in there.
It was just.
My mom had floral couches.
But now because everyone is so space conscious, every room gets used. But before you could just fucking sacrifice 400 square feet, and this doesn't fucking get touched.
That's crazy. Well, we have a room that doesn't get used.
Well,
but
yeah,
I mean,
entire
our house
floors.
is gigantic, and
our house is gigantic.
it's a funny joke. It's a funny joke, right? But no, that's where. So there's no entertainment. That's the thing. It's not.
There is no entertainment.
It's not that no one uses it. It's that there's no modern entertainment in there, like TVs or games or anything. People put puzzles together in that room.
Yeah.
And by people, I mean the neighborhood comes over and builds puzzles in my living room, my front room. To finish off the can art segment, this is probably the longest one.
No, we say
No,
that
yeah,
every
longer
time.
than this.
I would pay somebody to aggregate all of these canner boner segments. It'd be 75 worth of our 154 episodes, just the canner boner segment.
That's the money, right?
Because you get we've distracted you the entire time.
We go way
Like,
off track.
Hey,
because
get ready for going off the
elicits
reservation
smell.
with the canner boner
Like
segment.
smell, can art, it induces.
That's why I put a condom on my
Yeah.
can, so
Yeah.
I don't talk about it.
Put a
Because
can-
JT's
condom
going
on
to
it.
talk about it.
The background of this can is a more modern take on the paisley design. Paisley is a floral muted pattern, mostly seen on like ties. But my wife has recently wanted to get paisley wallpaper for our living room. Wallpaper's coming back, in case you didn't know. I think that the paisley design is fantastic. The name Paisley sucks because someone named Paisley was very mean to my son. That's a different story. I think this beer is a 4.
Fuck you, Paisley.
It's in the 4s. Yeah, she's a child still, but she's very mean.
That's asshole parents. You're not born mean.
Yeah, that's parents. It's all parenting.
That shit's learned.
You aren't born mean. That's the name of this episode.
Born this way.
Maybe. That's Canner Burner segment. The beer, it is as dank as a double dry hopped IPA should be, but it is honestly, this is gonna sound like I'm stretching because of the name of the beer. This beer is fluffy on the tongue. It's cloudy. It's not heavy. It's not light though. It's not like a light IPA like the taste test we did. It does not coat your tongue for a long period of time with a thick syrup of hops. 4.25. I like this beer. I think it's like the perfect dankness for a double dry hopped IPA. I actually really like this beer.
I'm going to give you 3 fruits, JT, before I go into my score.
You're going to give me 3 fruits?
The 3 fruits
I'm hungry, actually.
that they describe are in this beer.
I did not look at that because it wasn't in the Can Out Bonus segment.
No, I already did. It wasn't on the can.
Oh, it wasn't. It was on the website.
It's brought to you
Sponsored
by
by
Evian Water Bra.
God, Evian. Wow, that's wonderful.
So where are the 3 fruits?
Okay, can I ask a question just to get clarification?
Yeah. What a fruit is?
Yeah, what's a fruit?
Yeah. Tomato's not in this.
You don't think so?
No, tomato's not in the can.
Oh, not in the can. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Is it a fruit that people often are unfamiliar with the flavor of? At least one of them.
Yes.
Dragon fruit.
No.
No? Kiwi?
No.
Grapefruit?
Okay.
Because it's a dank IPA.
No, I'm going to give you a hint.
Wow, I got 3 guesses and I'm wrong on all of them.
One of the fruits
I think
is a fruit that we've experienced together in the last week.
In the last week,
you and I experienced this fruit together.
We experienced it together.
It was sold as being in this beer, but there was none of these notes. None. And Scott agreed with us.
Mm-hmm. Well, there was that one melon we fucked together.
Yeah. There we were
Just
taking that watermelon to the Eiffel Tower.
The melon. Just kidding. We didn't do that. Yeah, I remember peach. Was it peach?
Peach. Peach is the
Peach
second
was the
fruit.
one, the beer that we did not taste in a beer that.
Which is fantastic. Check us out on Untapped because that beer is fantastic.
It's a great beer.
Oh.
No peach.
There's no peach. But I'm not offended.
No, it's okay.
Okay, that beer dominated.
It's okay that there's no peach.
Yeah, that beer dominated.
It's expensive too. It was French.
Yeah,
it had a DE word in it and like a LA word.
If you ever ask like a beer snob to like suggest a beer and they own the place, just pretend you don't care about the price.
They weren't snobby.
Because at $11.75 for an 8-ounce pour, it's like, okay, we can have a good time.
It was a very expensive.
It was worth it.
8 ounces for $11. You're paying more than
most expensive tap that they had there.
Yeah, it was, and they sold the shit out of it. They were like, "Oh, you should get this peach beer.
It was so good, but it's not peach at all.
French.
Zero peach.
Don't you want French beer?
Yeah.
Go home and say you went to France on vacation.
The other two fruit were pineapple and mango.
In this beer. This couch beer.
I don't get any of those.
No.
Any of those beer.
No.
But that's how you know we're not pretentious.
Mango is
I'm not going
not.
to try to like fucking convince you.
No. And you know what? People will convince themselves.
Yeah.
Mango is not in this beer. Not a fucking chance mango's in this because mango is so identifiable.
Yeah. So off the top rope, I come in at a 3.75. It grew on me a little bit.
Not terrible.
Yeah, it's not a home run, but it's not a bad beer either. It's a comfy dipper.
It's a comfy beer. It's very. What was the word I used?
Comfy.
Did I say comfy?
Yeah, you said it's very comfy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Soft beer.
Soft
dry beer.
Dippy, warm, dippy, little dippy.
Is this a church song?
No, that was Big Bang Theory. Soft kitty.
Oh, I don't watch that.
Yeah.
That show sucks.
I know you didn't. That's why.
I hate the Big Bang Theory.
You backed me.
Here's the tip for all the chuggalos. Don't ever
point.
ask me about the fucking Big Bang Theory.
So
Not the
here's a fun
itself,
story.
But the show.
I don't know if he's still listening right now, but I need to.
Yes.
I need to take this moment.
I'm gonna tag him on Facebook.
So when I was walking to pour these beers, I was talking about my weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So Saturday night, I'm staying up, and late for me.
Late for you. So we're talking like 8:15.
Yeah. So my best friend is broadcasting his Magic game.
Oh, I like that.
And
That's
so
cool.
I chime in and I get into Discord and I get in the room and I can tell he's been drinking because he's just talking shit.
Oh, he's just
like
talking
I
shit,
would
mad shit.
But talking shit is like my four iron. I use it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Talking shit for him is like, to use a golf analogy, him using his golf cart to putt.
So
he's a very quiet guy. It's
Wait,
very
whoa,
rare.
whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
Let's go back to this analogy.
Yeah.
Using his golf cart to punt.
Putt.
Oh, to putt.
Yeah, to putt.
I thought you said punt. Like a
completely. So I'm just sitting there. I'm just sitting there silent. He's like, this fucker, and he's having beer burritos all day. Beer burritos for a guy's birthday
like
party.
for the Miller product.
No. Like actual like.
Like
and he
homemade.
went over the
beer.
Yeah, he went to a guy's
beer burrito.
Yeah, and so I'm just
Cool.
sitting there quiet, and I'm biting my. And it's tough for me to be quiet. It's like a challenge. And I'm just sitting there, and all of a sudden I just chime in. He goes, "Oh, he's awake." So anyways, best part. So he gets done with his Magic game, and I came and I grabbed one of my last smoothie sours.
Then you came and grabbed a beer.
Yeah, one of my last smoothie sours.
Because it's Magic.
And he's like, "Let's play a game." I'm like, "That's great." So we're sitting
together,
there drinking. Yeah, online.
Playing Magic?
Yeah, no, not Magic.
Oh no,
we're
different
playing
game.
Called Dominion.
All right.
But it's beer related. That's why I bring it up. So I'm having an amazing Humble Forager Coastal smoothie sour. I'm going to pick some more up this weekend for the long weekend. Happy Labor Day to everyone, especially all those
house.
I got it at Halls.
Halls.
Happy Labor Day to all those union workers out there, because that's the only
you can
holiday they get paid for.
Union work. Really?
For
They
most
don't get
unions.
paid for Christmas and stuff?
Listen, not
if
a lot
your
of trades.
unions aren't getting you paid for the other holidays.
Not a lot of
then
trades.
Your union is not doing the right
That's
thing.
why it was significant to get paid for Labor Day. So anyways, he passes out on me, and he gave me so much shit because I go to bed so early or whatever.
You passed out on camera?
He passed out on camera. Yeah, the camera wasn't facing him; it was facing our game.
Yeah, but he was online.
Yep. So he was online,
And he fell asleep.
and usually that's me 9 times out of 10, but it was him this one time, and I take that as a victory.
That is a victory.
I took so many
As far as I'm
screenshots just of the questionable moves he did, just to give you an idea. That game that we were playing, Shoots and Ladders, as an analogy, I ended up on space 100 and he was on space 3.
Ooh.
That's essentially what happened.
A lot of snakes for him. A lot of ladders for you.
A lot of ladders and a lot of shoots for him.
Yeah, that game, they
There's a point
should
of
make
pride.
it for adults with a little more risk, and it would fuck you up.
I stayed up until 3 o'clock Sunday morning, and then I got back up again at 6 o'clock Sunday morning.
That's.
It was a rare
I've
night.
never heard of anything so absurd.
I took a strategic nap that day for 45 minutes. It was glorious.
Which day?
Saturday. So I could stay
previous Saturday.
this last Saturday.
I mean,
For 45
There's
minutes,
no
and then I was
reason
up
not
till
to.
3, having a good time. Then I went to bed for 3 hours, got up, and then had the draft and greeted my children and stuff like that, and the draft went off.
Draft
It was
looked
awesome.
great. Draft looked great. I can't believe we haven't even talked about drafts.
Oh, yeah. Well, next week is the draft that we're both in, so that's why I was going to save it for that.
It is next week.
I don't want to
And
bury
I'm
the
gonna
lead.
fail it because I don't understand football.
That's a cliffhanger.
That's a cliffhanger. That's episode 154. I think that's probably it. We did a fucking blind taste test and a couch beer.
Regrettably, we decided 10 minutes into us being at the bar last week that we should have brought this with, because it would have been magic. It wouldn't have been this same scenario. It would have just been a bunch of rambling on.
For all of you non-Apple users, the microphone inside of iDevices, anything basically 2018 or later, it's like phenomenal. We could have just recorded. Although my phone's pretty old.
I don't know any Apple users. Are there Apple users?
I'm one. I use apples, and I
know
went
one.
apple picking like a year ago for the first time ever.
I need you to wear a turtleneck sometime before the
Oh,
end.
I'm not Steve Jobs. I don't
No, you're an
pretend
Apple
to be
user.
an innovator.
No, you're.
I am actually an
Yeah.
innovator. Pretty good one. But I will suggest that if you go apple picking, it's way more expensive to buy apples when you apple pick than it is to go to the store. And I don't know why, because I did all the work. You have to pay to get in.
I'm from Wisconsin. We go
To
to
the orchard.
We go to orchards all the time.
Yeah, I
You
went
have to
an
pay
orchard,
here to
you have
get into
fucking
the
pay.
orchard?
Yeah, dude, I didn't know. And once you're already in Yellow Springs, might as well pay. Yellow Springs acts like it's like this, like, hey, free, cool, like hippy dippy shit. They're fucking like capitalists, like you would not believe.
I got some magic beans. Do you want to buy some?
I'll buy all of them.
Buy all the magic
I
beans.
want all the magic beans. I'm gonna bury them. We'll see what grows. What's gonna grow? If it's poison ivy, I don't want it.
It's magic.
I got plenty of that.
Who knows what the magic does?
I don't want them. No poison ivy for me. Ramble on. That's it. Episode 154. You just heard it. I mean, there's no other way to describe it. You heard it.